Okay, I'm going to just demonstrate some the thinking and some actual little runs that that you can make, or not runs, just little riffs if you were accompanying this song. If you were accompanying that, say you're coming out of this, you're now in D, and I'm just going. I'm doing a little slide into the D. I'm in the D major pentatonic here, so it's that. So I'm going to use those notes, but I'm going to end where I can go right. I'm going to end on this G with is my target note, with the intention of, on that first note of the D, I'm going to slide back to an F sharp. The F sharp is the third of the D chord that we're going to. So I'm going to end up on the G because it just goes very nicely back into that third. Which is the tonic and the G, so it sounds real complete, this little run. So if I'm going, now I'm on the D, see, which is string 2, fret 3, excuse me, string 1 open, string 1, fret 3, and then just slide it back. To do that, I might end up here, I would end up here, with my middle finger on string 1, fret 3, so that I can slide it right back to the D chord. And then from there, I know that I want to end up on a G, a B, or a D. So let's end up on the D up here, string 4 open. So I'm on a D. And now I'm on D, and that takes me right to this G chord. And what did I play? I played string, and these are all parts of the D major pentatonic. Just validate that, or I mean, you can actually see when you're playing. If you know that these are the notes of that D major pentatonic, then I'm going D, string 2, fret 3, open, string 3, fret 2, string 3, open, string 3, fret 2, string 4, string 4, fret 4, string 4, fret 2, which is a little different than I played the first time, which was just outlining this D chord. That's another thing. Do you see I'm actually outlining that D chord? I'm playing string 2, fret 3, or 1, fret 2, string 2, fret 3, followed by string 3, fret 2. Now, I did, the very same run there, end up on the D chord. And I could also make that very same run and then go down and hit string 3, which is a G chord. And that sounds very finished there because there's no G in the D. That, even if your ear's untrained, you know that, okay, you're in a different chord now. You're not on that D chord, because that's not the notes that I'm hearing played against that D chord. And it tells even, a listener that's not paying any attention, that's registering, okay, I'm on a different chord now. And that's what I want you to do, is to make that subconscious connection to the conscious, right? So you had, and that's just alterations anywhere, And what I did there is, I outlined the chord, and then back to the F sharp. And when we go to the next group, you'll see that I would go, excuse me, and that leads me right to this G shape that we'll be doing in box 2 on the next video. But right now, I just want you to force yourself, like I'm forcing myself. It's telling you, so it's really difficult because I'd be moving down boxes right, in this. But I want you to stay up in here because it forces you to actually think and picture these shapes. So, okay, I'm up on G, and I now. Excuse me. And I'm just going, just rocking back and forth. I was just going to go down there and held myself in. I'm leading to that A note in this D chord. So now on that A, and I want to end up, let's say I want to end up on this G down here. So, and what I just played there, I'm shooting for this G chord, and I play, which was F sharp, string 4, fret 4, to string 3, fret 2, and just rock that back and forth. And now I'm on the string 3, fret 2 on that A where we start, and then string 2 open, the G, string 2, fret 3, and then to the G. Back up to the A, and then I'm on on the D chord here, and I'm going. So you can tell I'm just using those notes and picking out a landing spot to get to the next chord. That landing spot's going to be the first, the third, or the fifth, or the nearest note to that in the other scale. So let's just review a couple that you can try. You're on a G. And that is. So I'm going with a slide. Slide the string 2 fret, string 3 or string 1 open, string 1 fret 3, and then slide it back to the D, and then a different one there. But I'm gonna shoot for this G, the open string 3, for a G chord, and go. Sorry, I was using the B down here. So string 2 fret 3, string 3 fret 2, string 4 fret 4, string 4 fret 2, string 4 fret 4, string 3 fret 2, string 3 open, and I'm on G. And now I want to shoot, let's say, shoot for this F sharp. Which is string 3 open, fret 2, string 2 open, string 2 fret 3, string 1 open, string 1 fret 3, and then back to the D. And then back to the G, and you know, you can play around with them all day, and that's what I want you to do, is to play around with them all day. Just get, you know, put this down, you know, little G to, or D to G. And then play those riffs against that. Slow it way down. Think of the riff beforehand. Try it, and then, you know, punch in or play your recorder, and try what you just tried. And try the ones that I showed you. Hack around with them. And then just get familiar with that, and we'll move down to the next box in the next video. Okay? We'll see you soon.